Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Manny, in case you're new here, or welcome back. Today I am going to be doing a little bit of a chit-chatty get ready with me. I've done a ton of these let's chat videos in the past and you guys seem to really like when I just talk about whatever's on my mind. So I figured I'd do that with you today while I also do my makeup and get ready to go out. So before I start my makeup, I'm just gonna tie my hair back. Oh, I look a little bit bald. See, how do I make myself look not bald? Okay, I'm gonna braid my hair real quick and also put some contacts in so that I can see. I will see you in a second. Okay, I am back with my hair back and I put contacts in. For once, I put my contacts in on the first try today and they don't hurt or anything, so really happy about that. Before I start doing my makeup, I'm just gonna apply a little bit of Supergoop sunscreen onto my skin. This is the Everyday lotion, and it's like a lotion and sunscreen combined into one. I've started wearing sunscreen this year as a part of my skincare routine, and I feel so ashamed that I never did it before. Just for funsies, I'm gonna put this little cat headband on because I thought cute. Oh, it's backwards. But we are ready to do our makeup now. So I figured I'd just start talking about what my life is like right now, just how I'm feeling and everything. I do quite a few things to kind of get through today, so let's get started. The first thing that I want to talk about is just about college and also about YouTube, kind of. I'm sure a lot of college students who are YouTubers probably feel this way, but it's definitely been a lot less motivating to work on my YouTube channel just because before a lot of my content was centered around college lifestyle and college vlogs, but now that school is online, I feel like there's no point in vlogging, which is why I haven't vlogged in a really long time, if you can tell. I haven't made a YouTube vlog in quite a while, to be honest. So, also going back to the makeup, the thing is that because everyone wears a mask and it kind of covers your face up to here so far, I really only do my eye makeup right now. I don't really bother doing cheeks or skin or anything like that. I literally just do my eye makeup. So we're just gonna do that for today. I'm gonna start with taking the Anastasia brow definer and go through my brows. I haven't gotten them done in so long because lockdown and everything, so they kind of look really bushy, but yeah. So yeah, as I was talking about with my YouTube and everything, I have been trying to switch my content up from just vlogs to more broad and general content as well, just because I feel like that'll benefit my growth, and also I want to explore a little bit more with content and see what I like and see what I don't like. So I've been having actually quite a bit of fun with that. I've definitely felt unmotivated for the last few weeks to do YouTube stuff, but it's coming back. It comes and goes in waves and stuff like that, so it's really hard to be super motivated all the time. Another thing I wanted to talk about is actually that I am quitting my BI job. So if you didn't know, I am a behavior interventionist, which is basically working with kids with autism to work on their social and motor and verbal skills and stuff like that. I started this job in July of last year, and so basically I've been working ever since then. I took a small break in November and December because of the lockdowns that occurred in British Columbia, but now I'm working again and I'm actually deciding that I'm gonna quit very soon. If you are more interested in learning about my job as a BI, you can go ahead and watch the videos that I made about it. I made quite a few that goes more into detail as to what the job is about, what it's like, if you're interested, but I'm just gonna be talking about why I'm quitting for right now. So eyebrows are good. I really don't do much to my eyebrows. I'm gonna move on to my eyeshadow, which I'm really excited about. So my BI job was actually quite taxing on me in that I had to drive really far to get to the kids' houses. One of them was a 45-minute to 1 hour drive depending on traffic, and then the other one is a 25 to 30-minute drive, and doing that every single weekday was super taxing on me in first semester. I felt like I had no time for myself and I just was so unmotivated because I did enjoy the job, but it wasn't really what I expected it to be. The next part of my makeup routine, I am taking this ColourPop cream shadow in the shade Laurel. It's kind of like just this light little pinky color. I actually received it yesterday in the mail and I used it yesterday and I'm in love with it. Yeah, so my expectations for the BI job was more that I got to teach the kids and got to like decide what I wanted to teach, but when I got into the job I realized actually like I'm just kind of the teacher, but I'm not really the lesson planner, if that makes sense. I really didn't get a choice into what I taught and stuff like that. Obviously it's different for every kid, but for me, and I think just because my expectations were a little bit different, I wasn't quite happy with what I was doing in the job. I'm just gonna put this cream shadow all over my lid as kind of like a little base. It's nice because it kind of gets rid of the darkness in my eyelids and like just anything that is like different colored, if that makes sense. It just gives you one solid color to work with on your eyelid. Yeah, so it was a lot about my expectations of the job that kind of made me realize like, oh, this job isn't actually what I was expecting, so I don't really enjoy it as much as I thought I would have. And then with the travel and everything, like that was also a huge thing because if I'm gonna be real, I didn't get paid that much for the job. I actually just got a raise from one of my families, but I didn't get paid that much when I started, and that combined with the long travel times and stuff like that, it just kind of really didn't make the wage worth it. And obviously I'm not doing every single job that I want for the money thing, but it is something that can ruin a reason why I want a job, for example. So money for me right now isn't really something that'll bring me to a job. Obviously having a high paying job is very nice, but it's not the reason why I get involved in my jobs. It's more because I want to explore that field and that job specifically. But if I get paid really low for something that I think I put a lot of effort into and takes up a lot of my time, then I'm gonna be like, well, I'm not paid enough to do this and I really don't like that. That's kind of just my perspective on it, I guess. I'm very fortunate to be in a situation like this where I don't have to think about making ends meet before discovering my passions. I can focus on what I really enjoy, but because I am in this situation is kind of what led me to my decision. Okay, we're done with that. Now I'm going to take the Naked 2 Basics palette right here. I've had this for such a long time. I honestly should get a new one because this is definitely expired, but we're just not gonna say anything. And I am going to take the shade Skimp, this lightest one here, and just put it all over the first 2/3 of my eyes from the inside to the outside. I feel like the lighting is going in and out because it's kind of cloudy today, so I'm really sorry about that. But anyways, as I was saying, yeah, so there were a lot of reasons why I didn't really like the job as I got more into it, just with the travel and everything, so yeah, but it took me a lot of courage to actually quit because I knew that if I quit, they would have to find a replacement BI for both of the families that I worked with. And that is honestly really hard right now during the pandemic. A lot of people aren't comfortable with working with families and being so close to them like that. So I knew it was really hard, and yeah, I was pretty good at the job, I would say. Like my boss was always offering me to work with more kids and stuff like that. I always had to turn it down. But after a very nice therapy session with my counselor, I just realized that, you know, it's not really my responsibility to have these turnover costs be the reason why I want to quit. So I am ending sessions at the end of April by at the latest. I'm still working right now, but I just gave them a little bit of a buffer time and a heads up and be like, oh, well, I'm actually thinking of not working anymore. I'm giving you this much time to find another BI just in case, and I know they're gonna want to watch me or overlap just to learn how to do the job. So yeah, I'm not gonna be a BI after this college semester. After putting on that little light base shade, I am going to take the shade Frisk in the Naked 2 Basics palette and put that into my crease. I only put a little, I really don't need that much. And I'm taking a little light blending fluffy brush so that it's not too dark. But the reason that I am quitting BI is so that I can actually focus more on YouTube and my own personal stuff during the summer. During therapy, I did an activity, or my counselor told me to do an activity where I kind of talk about or figure out what the rocks are in my life, the sand, and the water. So this kind of analogy is basically you have a cup that has a limited volume, as all cups do, and a lot of the things that take up the most of your time are going to be your rocks. So for example, for me, that would be school, that would be my math tutoring job, that would be like self-care time. Like these are the things that your life are centered around. Then with whatever space you have left in your cup, you fill it up with sand, and these are kind of obligations that you are lower on your priority list basically. So for me, for example, that'll be like my Instagram manager my Instagram manager like position for the UBC Psychology Students Association, and also for my sorority, and like spending time with friends and stuff like that. Like that's actually pretty low down, which is not great. And lastly, you have water. So you think that your cup is like totally filled up, but you can still fill it in with a little bit of space with water. So these are things like maybe going shopping or like going hiking, like things that are like really far down your priority list, but you still do. And I basically realized after that exercise, when I was listing out all my rocks and what I spend the most time on, a lot of the rocks that I have are not fully my own, which I kind of didn't like. I'm not saying it's a bad thing to do that, but in my opinion, like I want to have at least one thing that isn't relying on someone else, and it's just my own. So I want to make YouTube one of my rocks, basically. I realized it's kind of always being pushed down and like not prioritized every week when I make my video and stuff like that. So I figured that switching it up and actually getting rid of one of my rocks and then bringing YouTube and making it a rock will be a lot better for me. Next up, it's getting really bright. Next up, I am taking the ColourPop Animal Crossing palette. I just got this in the mail yesterday. I am obsessed with it. This is the Celeste and Blathers palette and has these 4 lovely shades right here. So these are the 4 shades that it comes with. I love them so much. I feel like it's like the perfect palette for what I want in an eyeshadow palette. And just like Celeste and Blathers are so cute. I am going to take Celestial, which is this light, a little bit shimmery color, and just putting it on the kind of not the very inner corner of my eye, but just like the more inner side. I'm not a makeup guru, sorry. One thing that I realized last year was that last summer when I solely did school and YouTube, my YouTube channel kind of skyrocketed, and I felt like I was really happy with the content that I was making because I just had more time to focus on it and like could do that. So I feel like putting more time towards YouTube will be a good thing for me, if not for like actually growing and stuff like that, just for my own personal enjoyment, right? Because YouTube is kind of just a hobby that I like to do, and it helps me be creative and just share what I think is great to the world. So alright, next thing is I'm going to take an angled brush, and I'm going to take the darkest shade in the Celeste and Blathers palette, which is this one called Who, this one in the corner, and I'm actually going to do a winged liner with this color. I did do like liquid eyeliner and stuff like that, but I feel like it's a little too harsh for my liking, so I think this like dark brown purpley color is perfect. These shadows are a bit like powdery, so just make sure you don't have a ton, or else you're gonna get a ton of fallout onto your cheek. This takes full concentration, so I'm sorry in advance. They're not perfectly even, but I am happy with how that looks. So we're almost done with the eyeshadow, and I kind of wanted to move on from this topic and just talk about like finding your passions in general. I think university is a great time to be finding your passions just because you are open to so many opportunities. You get different types of courses that you can take as electives, and just like time to figure out who you are as an individual. I'm really happy with the course schedule that I made this semester because I'm taking a ton of electives, and honestly, I'm enrolled in a first-year computer science class, and I actually really like it. Like, I'm really surprised with how much I like computer science, and I never thought I would, but that was just because I never had the opportunity to try. I'm not gonna like switch into comp sci or anything, but I was really surprised with how much I really enjoyed this class. The next step, the last step of the eyeshadow actually, is to take all of Flutter, this little glittery shade here, and just put that on the inner corner of my eyes on my lid. I'm gonna take a blending brush and just blend through all of the colors on my lid right now. Not the eyeliner, but just to make sure that all the colors are kind of blended together. I'm actually quite happy with how this looks, to be honest. I'm not a great makeup artist. I've just kind of started getting into makeup, so I'm really happy with how this looks. But yeah, as I was saying, I feel like university is such a great time to figure out your passions and stuff like that if you have the ability to. So I definitely encourage you guys to like explore something new or take a course that you feel like you might not have originally, but you want to and feel like it might be interesting. It's just amazing. Next thing I'm going to do is curl my eyelashes and put on some mascara. I'm currently using the They're Real mascara by Benefit. It's not terrible, but I actually I like it a lot, to be honest. It's not amazing, but it's not terrible. But yeah, that's kind of the update that I wanted to give on my life for this video. I am doing summer school again probably this summer because there's nothing else to do. But yeah, I want to work on my YouTube channel a lot this summer and just find time for it and prioritize it because I do really enjoy making videos. Like, I feel like for me, it's like I don't like it. I don't enjoy YouTube when I don't put enough time into it. So when I actually put the time in and prioritize and make a good video, like that's when I like it the most. But because I put it so far down on my priority list, I like self-inflict the fact that I don't really enjoy YouTube, if that makes sense. I'm gonna put one more coat on afterwards, after the mascara dries, so I'm just gonna do the other side first. I hope this was kind of helpful. I know today's chatty video was more just about talking about my life, and I feel like it's not always like this, but sometimes I talk about more advice stuff in my chatty videos. But today I was kind of just updating you guys because I know a lot of you guys come from the BI video. I still get a lot of comments about that video to this day. So I just wanted to give an update and just tell you about it. This video isn't to say that I don't want you guys to become BIs. I've had a lot of questions and emails about you guys asking for advice on how to apply for a BI job. I definitely think that it is a great learning experience and just a wonderful opportunity in general. But just for me personally, it wasn't what I was looking for. So I decided to move on, and I'm really excited to move on because I feel like I'm going to be opening a new chapter in my life. That is the makeup look for today. As I said earlier, I don't do any other makeup because when you go outside, your mask covers it all anyways, and I don't like getting makeup on my masks. So that's gonna be it. I also just wanted to say quickly that I realized recently how important it is for you to just follow your passions and do what you enjoy in life because you do only have one life. I know this is super corny, but everyone only has one life, so why spend it doing things that you don't enjoy? Like, make the most out of your life and just follow what you love, whether that be in school or as a job or as a hobby. A lot of times I know like opinions of others like will bring you back or stop you, and even I get kind of caught up in this myself. Like, I still worry about what people think of me and all that, but I'm trying to let go of that and realize that it is my life and no one else should care about what I'm doing except for me. And yeah, that's kind of my 2 cents on it. I hope you enjoyed this video and enjoyed spending time with me doing my makeup. I will see you in my next video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and subscribe. I will see you soon. Bye!
And I was like, yo.